Hi, in this video we'll continue to explore different risk profiles with the help of some graphs. Let's start with the risk neutral profile here. So recall our option 2 from our previous video where we have gamble between £50 and £150 with equal probabilities here. How do we represent this on a graph? So here on the horizontal axis we have the monetary value, and on the vertical axis we have the utility. So think of utility as your general level of happiness or preference or your willingness to accept something. Okay, so here we have 50 and here we have 150. So let's say we have two dots over here, and since we're going to connect them, and the middle point is the expected value here in terms of monetary value. So this is going to be 100 in this case because of the equal probabilities. So since this individual is risk neutral, then taking this gamble between 50 and 150 is equivalent of taking 100 pounds for sure. And that's risk neutral. So anyone with a risk neutral risk profile would have a straight line that looks like this. Okay, so now let's take a look at a risk averse individual with the same gamble over here, still between £50 and £150. Okay, and these two dots, and we're going to connect them. So the average between 50 and 150 is still going to be 100 in this case. But since this individual is risk averse, then taking this gambit is no longer the same as taking 100 for certain. Okay, it is now worth less than £100. In other words, this risk averse individual is going to be gladly taking a monetary value that is less than 100 rather than taking this gamble over here. Okay, so suppose it's going to be 75 or something. Okay, 75 over here. So that's the monetary value he's going to accept. So he does not take the gamble. So on a graph, we're going to extend this way and use a curve to represent his risk neutral, risk averse profile in this case. Okay, so again, taking this gamble, which is 50 and 150, is no longer equivalent of having £100 for certain. It's equivalent of having something less. In this case, it could be £75. So that's a risk averse individual. And this number, this specific number over here, is called the certainty equivalence. Okay, the certainty equivalence. Right? So a risk averse individual is going to gladly accept £75 in this case for certain, rather than taking this gamble over here. Okay, so now we can use the similar logic to take a look at the risk-seeking individual here. I have the same outcome or the same gamble here, but since this individual likes risks, or he values risks more, so having this gamble actually provides him with a higher monetary value. Okay, so let's say somewhere here, and then his risk profile is going to look like this. Okay, so it's a curve below at the straight line here, and maybe this point is going to be 125 as long as it's larger than 100 itself. Okay, so now we have three different risk profiles. The risk neutral, which is a straight line. So remember, it's the shape is what matters. It's not the slope or the scale of it, it's the shape that matters. Okay, and we also have the risk averse individual, which is a profile curve that shapes like this. Okay, and we have a risk seeking individual, which is something like this. Okay, so depending on different individuals, they might be risk averse, risk seeking, or risk neutral. But in terms of an introductory stage of finance, we're mostly likely to deal with risk neutral and risk averse individuals. So we'll not be discussing risk seeking in our introductory stage. Okay, so now you know how to draw the graphs that represents the different risk profiles, and I'll see you in the next video.